Have you been eyeing homes in your area and noticed some intriguing listings for foreclosed properties? Buying a foreclosed home can be an amazing way to build equity, get more bang for your buck, and enjoy homeownership at an attractive price. But it's not for the faint of heart. If you're ready to take the plunge into the world of foreclosure purchases, then this is the guide for you.
Let's dive in. Research the act of buying a foreclosed home.
Buying a foreclosed home can be a great way to get a good deal on a property, but it is also much more complicated than buying a regular property. Before diving in and making an offer, you should carefully research the process of buying foreclosed homes so that you can make an informed decision and avoid any surprises down the road. The first thing to do is to check with your local government in order to understand any applicable regulations or laws that may affect your purchase. Additionally, it's wise to research what kind of condition the property might be in and consider any repairs or renovations that will need to be done before moving in. Finally, make sure you are aware of all the fees associated with purchasing a foreclosed home. Understanding all these costs up front is essential for budgeting properly and making sure you are getting the best deal possible on your new home. Compare loan options to purchase a foreclosed home. Buying a foreclosed home can seem like a daunting task, but with the right preparation and research, it can be a great investment. The biggest factor you'll need to consider is financing your purchase. You'll want to compare loan options and credit scores to determine what's best for you. When it comes to a loan for buying a foreclosed home, there are several different options available. Conventional mortgages. These are standard loans that require at least 20% down payment, have minimum credit scores and appraisals, and may include private mortgage insurance. FHA loans. The Federal Housing Administration guarantees loans from lenders that meet their qualifications and limits.
VA loans. As part of the GI Bill of Rights, Veterans Administration, VA, loans provide veterans with competitive interest rates without any money down and without private mortgage insurance.
USDA rural development loans. This type of loan is available in designated rural areas with flexible requirements such as no down payment or private mortgage insurance. When researching loan options to purchase a foreclosed home, it's important to understand the difference between pre-qualification and pre-approval. Once you have pre-approval, you can make an offer on a foreclosure with confidence that the lender will approve it. Understanding the bidding process. While the auction system for each state and county can vary, there are some general processes you should be aware of when bidding on a foreclosed home. Start with pre-bidding research. Doing research before you bid is important. Make sure you know what similar homes in the area have sold for and their associated features, condition, and location. Consider factors such as surrounding businesses, nearby schools and parks, crime rates, and other amenities to get the most out of your investment. Be prepared to act quickly. In many cases, buyers will have less than 24 hours from the time they receive notice of an upcoming auction until bidding commences. You need to be prepared to move quickly if you want to take advantage of potential savings involved with buying a foreclosed home. Make sure all funds are readily available so that you can submit your bid quickly if desired. You should also make sure all paperwork is ready for submission in order to complete any necessary transactions quickly. Since you may only have a few days after submitting a successful bid until you must close on the property. Understanding how to make your bid stand out during the foreclosure process is essential in successfully buying a foreclosed home in today's market. Consider additional costs associated with buying a foreclosed home. If you've decided to take the plunge and purchase a foreclosed home, it's important to remember that there may likely be additional costs associated with the purchase. As you look into the purchase of a foreclosed home, make sure to consider the following. Insurances. Depending on your circumstances, you may need to purchase mortgage insurance and/or a home warranty to cover any potential repairs that must be made. Transfer taxes. There will likely be transfer taxes associated with buying a foreclosed home that you will need to pay in order to acquire the property. Home inspections. Many lenders require a professional home inspection prior to financing a foreclosed home, even if it is already in habitable condition. The cost for this inspection is typically paid by the buyer as part of their closing costs. Closing costs. Make sure to budget for closing costs when purchasing any type of property, as they can range anywhere from 2%–5% of the total cost of your purchase. It's best to get an estimate ahead of time so that you can plan accordingly. Buying a foreclosed home can certainly be an exciting process, but it's important not to forget about any additional costs that may come up during and after your purchase.
Secure financing and inspections.
If you're planning to buy a foreclosed home, you need to make sure you have the right financing and inspections in place before you make the purchase. Financing. When it comes to financing a foreclosed home, there are several potential paths you can take. It's important to choose the one that best suits your needs and budget. Here are some common ways to finance a foreclosed home. Mortgage loan. This is the most common option for people looking to buy a foreclosed home. You'll need to get pre-approved for a mortgage loan before making an offer on the property. Cash purchase. You can also buy a foreclosed home with cash, either from savings or investments. Home equity line of credit. If you already own another property, this might be an option to finance your purchase of a foreclosed home. Inspections. It's always important to get inspections before buying any kind of property, but it is especially so when it comes to purchasing a foreclosed home. Because you won't have any history on the condition of the property or any information about past repairs or maintenance that may be needed in the future.
Closing on a foreclosed home.
Buying a foreclosed home can take some time, but you don't want to rush it. Once you have a contract accepted for your purchase, it's time to begin the closing process. In the closing process, you'll need to get homeowner's insurance. Before closing on a foreclosed home, you need to have homeowner's insurance. This will cover any potential damages and will protect your financial security if any unfortunate event happens in the future. Secure financing. Before closing on your purchase, you need to secure financing. This is why it's important to research financing options and shop around for the best rates before making an offer on a house. Final walkthrough. Complete a final walkthrough of the property prior to closing so that you can make sure all repairs requested were completed as specified in the agreement and that everything is in working order. Closing day. Finally, it's time for closing day. This is where all of your documents are finalized and signed, including the deed and title transfer paperwork. The entire process can take several weeks, so make sure you allocate enough time for what is required. But if you follow these steps carefully, buying a foreclosed home can be done successfully and give you an affordable way to get into the real estate market. In conclusion, purchasing a foreclosed home involves a lot of preparation and planning. With the right information and guidance, you can be sure you are making an informed decision and getting the most out of your purchase. With the right guidance, a foreclosed home can be an affordable and rewarding investment. Thanks for watching. Kindly like and subscribe to stay tuned for our next video.